Hello everyone, I am Dr. Punkudi Bala, consultant child and adolescent psychiatrist. During this pandemic, every parent is worrying about their children's using a mobile or laptop or everything else. So they are all worrying about their gadgets excessive use. So that's what I'm going to talk about it today, that is a gadgets addiction. So what is gadget addiction? I think I'm sure you would have heard about alcohol addiction and drug addiction. So what is this new about this gadget addiction? So when do we see if someone is having alcohol addiction? If someone needs alcohol every day, like as soon as when they wake up in the morning, then if they can't have a day without an alcohol, or if they don't drink alcohol, they may experience some withdrawal symptoms like restlessness and shouting. Then if it affects their functioning level, like their work, and it affects their family relationship, then we call it as they are suffering from alcohol addiction. Similarly, the gadget addiction is also added one of the medical diagnoses recently. So gadgets addiction means if someone, children or adult, if they are having the mobile and using the mobile or the laptop excessively, like mainly the youngsters and the children during this pandemic time, they are mostly spending time with the laptop or the mobile phone, like a few hours, sometimes some of them are using it 12 to 14 hours, they are not sleeping well. Then because of that, they are not concentrating on their studies. If the parents are trying to limit their use, they are shouting and they are angry. So their functional ability is affected. Then we call it as it's a gadget addiction, because they can't have a day without their mobile phone or the laptop. So that is an addiction. What are the effects of gadgets addiction? The gadgets addiction can affect anyone's physical health, mental health, family relationship, their studies, and even the child's development. That's what I'm going to explain it in detail. The physical health, ideally American Pediatric Association recommends that after the age of 5-year old children, they are allowed to use any time of a screen like laptop or the mobile phone. It's only 2 hours a day is allowed. But under 5, it's only 1 hour is allowed between 2 to 5. Under 2-year-old, the screen time is not even allowed for any child. But during this pandemic time, it's really difficult to follow their advice and guidelines, because most of the classes are happening through the online, and most of us are staying at home. We are all doing work from home. So we can't follow the same guidelines, but at the same time, if we are using the gadgets continuously for 8 to 14 hours, obviously it's going to affect the eye. The eye gets dry. Then if the eye gets dry, then it can leads to some infection and all those things like watering of the eyes on the redness. Then most importantly, the power will be increased. Then most of the children or even the adult, they need a glass. Even you would have seen that if you enter into the LKG classroom, out of 30 children, 1 or 2 child are having glasses nowadays, because it's all because of the excessive screen time. The second thing is it can give back pain, because while we are using the gadgets, we are not maintaining the posture of the backbone. So it leads to disc generation inside the spinal cord. Then it gives the back pain. Most importantly for the children, they are not going out and playing, because always they are keeping the mobile phone or the laptop with them. So it increases the weight gain, then which is called obesity. So we all know that the increased weight gain can lead to lots of health problem, including diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart problem and heart attack in future when they reach 30 and 40. So we need to be careful about it. Then the second thing is regarding their mental health. Obviously it affects their mental health, because if you give a tablet or mobile phone to the 13-year-old, just they go into that room, then they are just using that mobile phone for nearly 14 to 16 hours a day. They are using it in the night time, so they are sleeping in the daytime. So their whole sleep cycle has been changed. Then because of that, they are not attending the online classes. They are not able to concentrate on their studies, because if they don't sleep well, they are not able to concentrate. Then moreover, they have an opportunity to go into the different kind of inappropriate websites, especially we all nowadays worrying about all the sexual abuse, and many kids are watching the videos with the sexual content. Then even in my clinical experience, 4-year-old, 5-year-olds are coming to me because they are touching their private parts, even they are trying to touch their other children's private parts. Where do they learn? Because they don't know what it is, but still just they wanted to try. So many parents are really scared, but mainly we need to find out where do they learn from it. Mainly they learnt it from the inappropriate video content. So when they are using the mobile phone in their bedroom, they don't talk to the parents. So when the parents are trying to stop them, okay, you have to use it in a limited time, they're getting angry. Then sometimes many youngsters, the teenagers, are threatening parents that if you cut down the internet, or if you take the mobile or the laptop from me, I'm going to kill myself. So we know that the lots of suicide happened because parents are not allowed to play the boy for the PUBG game, or they didn't buy the mobile phone. So it can lead to suicide itself. So it is a high risk for their life as well. Then most importantly, the behavioral difficulties. Based on my clinical experience as a child psychiatrist, only less than 1% of the youngsters are having either alcohol addiction or drug addiction, because it's very rare. Even we can't even say that that's an addiction. Just they have used it for once, then the parents brought their children for the counseling. But 90% of my clients are having this gadget addiction, because whether they are having the behavioral difficulties or whether their studies is deteriorating, means what is the reason. When we look into that, we will find out they are using the mobile phone excessively. So it can affect their concentration and memory. Then it can lead to any depression, anxiety, or any kind of other psychotic problem like personality disorder and behavioral difficulties. Third one is developmental delay. In my clinical experience, 18 months old baby or 2-year-old babies are coming to me for speech delay. So when we get information from the parents, we found that most of them are given gadgets like either watching rhymes or watching ABCD or whatever the learning objectives. But finally the child is spending 4 to 8 hours a day in front of the screen. No one is there to talk to the child. So how come we can expect the child to learn speech? Because if the child has to learn speech, means we need to talk to them, we need to interact with them. And also the child will not learn any social skill, like the child should smile at family members, the child should play with other peer group, like the similar, like sisters or brother or the similar age group people. But if the child is given the tablet or the mobile phone, the child will not play with anyone. They'll be kind of isolated person. Then they don't learn any speech or any social skill. Then we need to do the assessment for autism. Then another thing is, if the child is given for tablet or mobile phone for 8 hours a day, if you suddenly remove it, the child can have withdrawal symptoms. The child will go restless, the child will be hyperactive, they will throw things. So it can lead to other conditions like ADHD. So we can understand that this gadget addiction can affect even from the age of 6 months old babies to until the elderly people, because it's not only affecting the children, even in many couples coming to me for the any marriage counseling or the some family counseling, then most of the complaint is, okay, another partner is using mobile or watching TV, they are not looking after the children. Then if other partner is not spending time with the other partner, then obviously there will be an opportunity to have a fight between themselves. How to prevent gadget addiction for children? The first rule is, please do not give individual mobile phone to your child. Even if you are 10th standard boy or girl, even if they get 490 out of 500, please do not buy a gift as a mobile to the child, because in my experience many children got more than 95% in 10th standard. They received mobile as a gift, then 11th 12th standard their studies have come down to 50%, 60%. So the first rule is, please do not buy a mobile phone for school going children. But during this online like classes, during this pandemic time, we have to give some gadgets. It's okay, you may have to buy a laptop or you may have to give a mobile phone, but when you give that mobile phone, make sure you will also have an access, like please don't allow the children to put any password and they could lock it, because you should have an access to their mobile phone. You should go and check their view history frequently. The teenagers, they may get offended, you don't trust me, why are you checking me, but it's okay to tell them like, see, this is what happening in outside world. Many children, especially I think during this pandemic period in Delhi, lots of teenagers created some group, the boys group, then they started bullying their peer groups girls. So it was a kind of the cyber crime. So lots of cyber crimes are happening. So you could just explain to them, this is what happening in the world. So I have the duty to protect you as a parent. So it's okay to check it because it's about your safety. That's what I'm doing it. So if you explain it, even though they get upset, you can just explain it and check it. And also when they are using their gadgets like laptop or the mobile phone for studying purpose, you just go inside the room once and go and check it. Even they may get offended, but you need to tell them, sorry, I have to check it because it's my responsibility. And also please do not allow the child to lock the door. Maybe ideally better to use the living room so that everyone will be moving, but for the study purpose, if they are using, if they sit and use the mobile phone in the living room, they will be disturbed. So we can allow them to use it in their room, but at the same time tell them you are not allowed to lock it, because if they are locking means they are doing something inside. And also because many kids, this is how they end up in looking at the sexually inappropriate content video, then they are addicted to that. So be careful about it. Then the third thing is, please do not allow your school going child to have any kind of the social account like Facebook, Instagram, or even the WhatsApp group. Like if they want to discuss about some study materials with their close friends or the classmates, that is fine, but do not encourage them to have a WhatsApp group just for the simple chatting. But during this pandemic, if they are missing their friends, they want to talk to them, ask them to phone them and talk to them once a week or something. They can arrange Zoom meeting and all, but please do not encourage them to chat, how are you, good morning, good evening, and please, especially please don't allow them to do lots of forward messages, because this is how they will end up in spending more time, then they will be addicted. Then the fourth rule is, it's not only for the children, the parents, we should also follow the same rule. If you are saying that you shouldn't use the mobile phone for more than 2 hours, but if we are using, either parent or the grandparents, if we are using the mobile phone or always looking at the social media, then they may ask us, you are using it. So parents, if the children are with us or if we are with the other family members, we should avoid using mobile phone or watching the social media. So we should also restrict it, because the children will not listen to us, but the children will copy us. So we should be model to them. Fifth rule is, we need to create a quality time with the children, because why are they using a laptop or the mobile phone? Because they don't know what to do, because they are not allowed to go out during this pandemic time, or sometimes they don't have any outside place to play, so they'll end up in using the gadgets only. So we need to create the quality time, like we can encourage them to do indoor games, or we can play like a family games, or we can involve them in doing household activities based on their age level. For example, for 6-year-old, 7-year-old, maybe you can take them when you are drying the clothes. Even though they can't do it properly, you can teach them how to dry clothes, and also ask them to wash their plates after eating. Then even 9-year-old, 10-year-old, they can help you in cleaning the vessels, they can help you in cleaning their cupboard, or just folding their, at least their clothes. So cleaning all these household stuffs you can allow them to do. So some teenagers, they are interested in cooking, so you can allow them to cut the vegetables, then allow them in the cooking. So if you involve them, if you are engaged them in another way, then they don't look for the gadgets. But if we are busy, if they are alone, then they will end up in taking the gadgets only. So engaging them in another activity is really important to reduce the gadget addiction, because we should understand they are getting bored, that's the reason they are using the gadgets. And also many of them, if the parents are affordable, they could send them for online classes like any yoga classes or any extracurricular activities like drawing, or whatever the dance, whatever, or simple basic English or maths to improve those classes, you can send them, but make sure they shouldn't have continuous classes like few hours a day, again because they are exposed to the screen time. But make sure what's their interest, rather than forcing them, you just allow them to learn only any music instruments or something, so that their gadgets time can be reduced. So how do we treat if someone is addicted to gadgets? Many of my clients know, especially the parents, usually come and tell me that the doctors, my child is using the mobile phone until 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the middle of the night. When we try to cut down the internet, she's getting angry, she's throwing things, then she's shouting, she's threatening that I'm going to kill myself. So my neighbors can hear about all these things, so we have to leave her because it will be ashamed for that. So what is happening here? Usually the parents will control the child, but now the children have learned that how we can control the parents. If I shout at them, you feel ashamed because you don't want to know all these things to the neighbors, so that you'll just don't tell me anything, you will leave me alone. So this is what many of the teenagers are doing that. Okay, if they are doing the same thing, what do we have to do? The first of all, the prevention is the better. So from the beginning onwards, we need to restrict the time use of the gadgets. Like for example, if you are using the online classes for in the morning, then after that you can have a 1 hour break, then after that you can use for any TV or tablet for 2 hours, then after that you do other activities like indoor games or doing the household activities. Then make sure they will go to bed at the right time. Then and also not only the child, as the whole family, you need to go to bed at the right time. Then only the children will follow the routine pattern. During this pandemic, what is happening, everyone is going to bed at 12 o'clock, 1 a.m. then the child will not sleep. So make sure at least 10 o'clock, maximum 11 o'clock, you should all go to bed. As long as if you follow the regular sleep pattern, definitely you can reduce the gadget addiction, because most of the time what is happening, the parents are sleeping around 12 something, especially the teenagers, they are having their mobile with them until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Slowly it can be extended until 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Many kids are start sleep only at 8 a.m. in the morning. So make sure when they are going to the bed at the right time, they have to leave their mobile or any other gadgets outside, so that they can go to bed at the right time. That is the really important thing. The second thing is, if they don't follow your boundaries like limited gadgets time use, then if they are showing aggression and shouting, then you need to ask help from the professionals, either from the psychiatrist or the psychologist. Even many of the children don't want to come to the counseling initially, but as a parent, you attend the counseling, you ask the guidance. Like psychiatrist or the psychologist, we will guide you step by step how do we reduce these gadgets. The first thing, we will advise you to try it at home. Mainly you need to remove the resource like internet, you need to cut down, or you have to remove the mobile phone or the laptop. You have to give that gadgets only for that online classes purpose. For the entertainment purpose, you need to say that, yeah, I am not going to give it if you are using it for excessively, so we have to remove it. If they agree, that's fine, but if they don't agree, if they are showing all this aggression, then you need to come back to us. Because some of the children realized that, yes, I am having gadget addiction, I need a help. So they are coming to me voluntarily for counseling. Then we will give step by step approach. We don't stop the gadget use immediately within a day. It's a kind of the few weeks counseling they need weekly. Then we will slowly reduce the time. For example, if they are using the gadgets 8 hours a day, next week we will aim for only 7 hours a day, the following week 6 hours a day. So slowly we will reduce it, because if you suddenly stop it, they will be very restless and anxious. They may have withdrawal symptoms. Withdrawal symptoms means just having the mood swings and irritability, shouting and all these things, nothing else. So we can help them. For some of them, if they don't cooperate, we do admit the children as well. Like for an alcohol addiction, what do? Why are we admitting them? Because when they are at home, they have an opportunity to buy an alcohol. They are not listening to their family members. But when they are admitted in the hospital, they don't have an opportunity to buy an alcohol. So they have to be there without having an alcohol. Similar approach is followed for the gadget addiction as well. I have admitted many youngsters in the hospital without having the gadgets. In the first day they won't be happy, they will shout at the parents, how come you are admitting me, I am not a psychotic patient and all these things, but it's okay, let them feel it. But after few days it gives an opportunity for us to do the proper counseling. We'll make them to understand what are the consequences of it, how you have deteriorated because of this gadget addiction, your character has been changed. If you continue this, you will become like a personality disorder patient in future, then your life will be spoiled. That's the reason we have done it. So mostly they will accept it. Then once they come out of the hospital, they know that if I go back to that original schedule of using excessive mobile, I'll be admitted again, so that I can't control my parents, I have to follow my parents' boundaries. So the parents just listen to this, please don't worry about the stigma like, oh, my child is admitted into hospital for this reason. It's okay to be admitted for 2 days because it's a kind of treating the child. But if you don't treat them now, when they go to college, they don't concentrate on their studies, then their whole life is affected. So this is the right time to take that decision, and we need to ask for help. So far I have talked about gadget addiction, but at the same time we all know that even I am having mobile phone. So we can't live without mobile phone or the laptop, because we are using it for our work, for our study, even for all the online transfer, money involvement, everything is happening through the internet. So it made us our life easy. So how do we use gadgets safely? Like for example, if we are using the mobile phone, make sure you use the social media only during your free time. When your family members are with you, please do not look at the mobile phone. For example, if you are going out for like a restaurant or to the temple or the church, wherever, but nowadays everyone is having the mobile phone while traveling, they are not talking each other. So please have the rule that when we are going out together as a family, no one is allowed to use the mobile except taking the photo. Otherwise, just you talk to them, interact with them, especially the children. Know they see outside, they will ask lots of questions. So this is the time for the parents to understand about the child. Then you can explain lots of things, the life skills to them. The second thing is, for the younger kids, if we are giving mobile phone or the laptop for their classes, make sure you will have some control, like the password. Don't allow any school going kids, even the college kids, to put separate password. If the kid or the young college going students, if they are not allowing you to see their mobile phone or the laptop, that means they are hiding something. So we should have the open talk with them. See, I'm not going to come inside your personal space, but at the same time we have the responsibility to check it, because what is happening outside, many cybercrime is growing. Many children, even the youngsters, are trapped into that kind of the cybercrime. So I need to look into that. So you just explain it, they will accept it. And especially for the main younger kids, like if they are watching YouTube, you know that there is YouTube Kids only, it is allowed. So you can just allow the child to watch only YouTube Kids channel. They can't watch the adult content as well. Then even you can put the control for the app downloading as well, because if you have the control for the sign in, the child like 7-year-old, 8-year-old, they can't download anything, because if they have to download anything, it will ask the password. You can come and ask them. Then there are lots of softwares are available for the teenager kids or the adults. Like we can't set up, like they can use the internet for until 8 o'clock, like 4 hours, 5 hours. After the 4 hours and 5 hours, it will be automatically shut down. So you can use all these techniques to control them, so that we can use it safely. And also mostly allow them to use any gadgets in the living room. If they are using it for entertainment purpose, don't encourage them to use their mobile phone for entertainment purpose in the bedroom. So this is how, when they go to separate room, isolated room, then they started exploring lots of things because of their curiosity, especially for the children. No, they want to know what it is, like even regarding the what are they doing, the like relationship and all. So they want to know about more. They'll start watching inappropriate adult content, then automatically they'll be trapped into that. Then they will contact the strangers via the game or any other social media. Then they started having the relationship with them, then they started going out to meet them as well. So we heard lots of stories, so we need to take the control over it. So if we use the gadgets within the limited time, like another example is if they need gadgets for playing, you just tell them, okay, after finishing your homework, then I'll give you for 1 hour, 2 hours. So for example, you are giving it for 4 to 6. Then if you ask them to shut down at 6 o'clock, they may get angry. So at 4:45, you need to give some warning. See, 1 hour 45 minutes is finished, there is only another 15 minutes available, so better to wind it up. If I come and ask you for the second time, then definitely I will remove the laptop or the mobile. So you need to give the warning. Suddenly if you go and shout at them, they are not going to listen to you. So as long as if we use the gadgets in a limited aspect, definitely it will be useful for us.